Hello everyone, and welcome to today's video where we will be exploring one of the greatest mysteries in history, the Apollo 11 moon landing. This historic event took place on July 20, 1969, when American astronaut Neil Armstrong became the first human being to set foot on the moon. However, despite the overwhelming evidence supporting the landing, some people still believe that the moon landing was a hoax. In this video, we will explore the Apollo 11 moon landing mystery, and we will examine the evidence that supports and refutes the theory that the moon landing was faked. First, let's take a look at the evidence that supports the theory that the moon landing was real. The most significant evidence supporting the moon landing is the hundreds of hours of footage and thousands of photographs captured by NASA during the Apollo 11 mission. These photos and videos show Neil Armstrong and his fellow astronaut, Buzz Aldrin, walking on the lunar surface, collecting samples, and planting the American flag. Moreover, the physical evidence collected by the Apollo 11 crew, including moon rocks, also supports the theory that the moon landing was real. The rocks were analyzed by scientists around the world, and they confirmed that the rocks were, in fact, from the moon. Additionally, the Soviet Union, America's biggest rival at the time, acknowledged the success of the Apollo 11 mission. If the moon landing had been faked, it is highly unlikely that the Soviet Union would have kept silent about it. Despite the overwhelming evidence supporting the moon landing, some people still believe that it was a hoax. So, what are the conspiracy theories surrounding the moon landing, and why do some people believe in them? One of the most popular conspiracy theories is that the moon landing was faked to win the space race against the Soviet Union. According to this theory, the United States faked the moon landing to prove their technological superiority over the Soviet Union, who had been leading the space race until that point. Another conspiracy theory is that the moon landing was staged in a Hollywood film studio. This theory suggests that the moon landing footage was created using special effects and that the entire mission was filmed on a movie set. Now that we have examined the conspiracy theories surrounding the moon landing, let's take a closer look at the evidence that refutes these theories. First, the idea that the moon landing was faked to win the space race doesn't hold up to scrutiny. If the United States had faked the moon landing, it would have required the involvement of thousands of people, from the astronauts to the scientists to the engineers who built the spacecraft. It is highly unlikely that such a large group of people could keep a secret of this magnitude for so long. Moreover, the Soviet Union had the technology to monitor the Apollo 11 mission, and they could have easily exposed any fakery. The fact that they did not speak out against the moon landing suggests that they accepted the mission's authenticity. Second, the idea that the moon landing was filmed on a Hollywood movie set is also highly unlikely. The technology required to simulate the lunar surface and the effects of low gravity did not exist in the 1960s. Additionally, the footage captured during the Apollo 11 mission is consistent with the physics and environment of the moon. There is no evidence of any special effects or manipulation in the footage. Despite the overwhelming evidence supporting the moon landing, some people remain skeptical. So, how can we address the concerns of these skeptics? One way to address their concerns is to educate them about the science behind the moon landing and the technology that was used during the Apollo 11 mission. NASA developed new technology, including the lunar module, which was specifically designed to land on the moon's surface. The module's engines used a propellant that was specifically formulated for the lunar environment, and its design allowed it to navigate the rough terrain of the moon's surface. Moreover, the spacesuits that Armstrong and Aldrin wore were specifically designed to protect them from the harsh environment of the moon. The suits included a life support system that provided oxygen, water, and cooling for the astronauts while they were outside the spacecraft. Another way to address the concerns of skeptics is to examine the political and social context of the time. In the 1960s, the United States was engaged in a Cold War with the Soviet Union, and the space race was a critical part of that conflict. Winning the space race was seen as a symbol of technological superiority and was a significant source of national pride for the United States. In this context, faking the moon landing would have been an incredibly risky and unnecessary move. The risk of being exposed as a fraud would have far outweighed any potential benefits of winning the space race. In conclusion, the Apollo 11 moon landing is one of the most significant achievements in human history. The evidence supporting the moon landing is overwhelming, from the footage and photographs captured during the mission to the physical evidence collected by the Apollo 11 crew. The conspiracy theories surrounding the moon landing do not hold up to scrutiny and are based on misinformation, misunderstandings of science, and mistrust of the government. While it is natural to question significant events in history, we must base our beliefs on evidence and facts rather than unfounded conspiracy theories. The Apollo 11 moon landing was a remarkable achievement, and we should celebrate and honor the courage and ingenuity of the astronauts and scientists who made it possible. Thank you for watching, and we hope you enjoyed this exploration of the Apollo 11 moon landing mystery.